Well, it's another episode of Garage Adventures. This guy comes staggering into the parking garage, caught on my dash cam, and he is clearly inebriated, drunk. So, at this point, I don't think he knows where he is, because when I encountered him, he absolutely didn't know where he was. So he disappears over here next to that truck, and he emerges again and comes around the corner where there are some air conditioning units. Actually, this whole wall is lined with big air conditioning units. Here he comes. And basically, this is a dead end right here. So back in here is where I ended up finding him. If you listen closely, you can kind of hear him banging on the AC unit. When I was watching this footage, I thought that car maybe had stopped because they saw him, but they were just straightening out so they could leave. So at this point, nobody really knows he's over there. I'm going to skip forward. It's probably about 20-25 minutes that he's been standing where we are about to see him. Here I come in. And I haven't seen him yet. I'm just looking around, and then, boom. Hey man, you alright? Hey. Hey, why do you have your boots off, man? Hey, dude. Hey. He has both of his boots off, one of his socks off, and I could clearly see that he had wet himself. And the urine had obviously gone down his right leg because the bottom of his right pant leg was completely soaked, and he was trying to get that sock off. I had some bags with me, so I started working on putting those in the truck. Man, are you alright? Right here, I thought he was looking at me, so I was going to talk to him, but he takes his glasses off and tosses them back behind my truck. Why'd you throw your glasses? He's really trying to get that sock off by stepping on it with his other foot. But the thing is, his pant leg is soaked with urine, and he's really just stepping on his pant leg and not the sock. And then he starts trying to climb up to get on top of that AC unit. Someone came in through the door, so I turned around to talk to him. And it turns out that this guy works in a restaurant downtown and said that he had previously seen our drunk guy actually molesting a statue, a naked statue, like grabbing the breasts. Now the guy really starts moaning and mumbling. He's not saying any words. It's all gibberish. But it's just insane. I've said it repeatedly on other videos. I don't understand getting drunk, especially getting drunk to this point where you don't even know where you are. And again, I have to ask, where are this guy's friends? I don't understand how anybody ends up totally by themselves, just walking aimlessly and passing out downtown. It's really sad.
Hey dude, are you just gonna take a nap?
So I get in my vehicle and I'm looking up a number to see if I can call the security desk or even call the police to get this guy some help. And he starts to get up and he falls off of the air conditioning unit to the ground. Now, I don't think that hurt him, but I did see that he had blood on his left knuckles, but it really looked like he punched something. So he's clearly disoriented. He can barely stand up. He doesn't even know that I'm sitting there in my vehicle. He didn't answer me before, and I really didn't say anything more to him now because I didn't know how he was going to react to seeing me. But here he kind of falls into my vehicle and uses it to support himself. He eventually actually turns around and goes over to that storage room and tries to get in. Just really works on trying to get in that door. Just check it out. To get in this door, you basically need a key card. It's a storage room. It's got FedEx boxes in it. There's nothing in there for him. So he just kind of messes around with that door handle and eventually looks to his left and reaches over and grabs this throw switch, which is an on-off switch for the air conditioning unit. Like he thinks somehow that's going to open the door. That's how messed up this guy's head is. Like, maybe if I hold this switch over here and then touch the door handle, it's going to open for me.
Direct Wi-Fi connection already in use.
That right there was my phone trying to connect to the camera. The camera was already connected to my portable Wi-Fi that sends all of my footage live to the cloud. So anything that happens around my vehicle is automatically saved, and I'm alerted if there's any motion near my vehicle or around it, even if the vehicle's been touched. So now the guy stops messing with the door and turns around and comes to my truck. This is like a zombie apocalypse thing. This guy is patient zero. He just starts pulling on my door handles, doesn't even know I'm sitting there, doesn't look at me. He eventually works his way to the front of the vehicle, and I don't know what he was doing, if he was messing with the grill or the grill guard, but as soon as he starts looking like he's undoing his pants, that's when I decide, that's it. I got to start the car, turn the lights on, and start honking.
What are you trying to do to my truck here? Get off my truck.
And now the guy looks up, and I tell him to get away from my truck, and he comes over to my side of the vehicle, and I try to start moving forward, and he starts going for all my door handles again.
No, that door's locked too. You don't need to get into my vehicle. Dude, who are you? What are you doing? Hi, I'm in the parking garage. There was a guy he's trying to get into my vehicle right now. He's drunk. He's not homeless, but he's like super drunk. He was sleeping on the air conditioning unit when I came to my vehicle. And then I was in my vehicle and he got up and he tried to get into my vehicle and he's holding on to my door handle. So I don't want to move forward or backward. I don't want to hit him, but he keeps going around trying to get in my vehicle. He is not wearing shoes or socks, like he's taken them off. He looks to be in his mid to late 50s, a white male with brown hair, a blue like sweater jacket, or just, well, I guess just a blue jacket. And he's wearing blue jeans, and he has soiled himself, so he has urine all the way down the inside of his legs. And he doesn't know where he is, and his hands are kind of bloody. So he's, I don't know. Well, his hands look like he punched something. I don't know, like he hit a wall or something. But he's very disoriented. He hasn't said a word to me. He hasn't even looked in to see me sitting in the car. He's just walking around, pulling on every door handle, trying to get in. He was trying to get into the mail room in the parking garage. They have a room where you can go in and pick up your packages. He was trying to get in there as well. I just don't think he has any idea where he is. And again, he's barefoot. He's taken his boots and shoes off. He's at my passenger door right now, pulling on it, trying to open it.
Where are you at in the parking garage?
Like directly in. As soon as you drive in, I'm right inside the parking garage, right where you would be exiting. It's a black Hummer H2. So I don't fear for myself, but I fear for him that, you know, he doesn't even know where he is. I drive off and what's going to happen to him, you know? So, I mean, I don't think he's trying to get into my vehicle to hurt me, because he hasn't even looked at me. He's just aimlessly walking around yanking on the door handles. I'm trying to honk the horn to get him away now, because it sounded like he was breaking something on my back hatch. See, when I honk the horn, he's looking further into the parking garage like there's another vehicle honking. He doesn't even realize that I'm honking it. Each time I honked, he turned his head and looked the other way. And he's back to my rear passenger door. Now there's another vehicle coming, like someone else leaving the parking garage. So I've got to move to try to let them out. I'm going to see if I can back up a bit. I'm going to try to pull forward just to kind of position myself where I can drive out if I have the opportunity to. He just pulled his penis out. He's like a zombie right now. He's slowly following me to where the exit is. You know, he looks like someone may have punched him in the face. Now that I see him in the light, he looks like he may have swelling on his left eye. Do you have anyone close?
I'm showing somebody with dispatch chief, so as long as nothing bigger happens. But I did hear that he pulled his thing out.
Okay, And now he's knocked on my back window, and there's a little bit of blood on my back window. Again, it just looks like his knuckles are bleeding. I don't think he's bleeding from anywhere else. He was at my passenger side, now he's going to the back again, trying to open my back hatch. But I was in my vehicle and the lights were not on and the vehicle was not running, and he came over to the vehicle and started pulling on the door handle. And then as I started trying to, he went out into the front of my vehicle and it looked like he was, starting to open up his pants and so on. So I started the vehicle and honked, and that didn't even really make him move. It wasn't until I barely tried to roll forward. All right, I see an officer coming up here. There's an officer walking up.
Okay, could you flash your lights at him or something, or honk at him?
Yeah, he's coming up on me. He just doesn't know the guy's behind me. So, all right, I have an officer. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, buddy. He's at the back of my vehicle. Okay. Hey, buddy.
You need anything?
No, I'm good.
The car's okay?
The car's fine.
You're not an injured party in this?
No, I'm not. It just,
all right,
as I was trying to go, yeah. He's got his boots and his socks over there. He was sleeping on that air conditioning unit.
Okay.
Then he came up on my vehicle and started pulling on the doors and everything.
So you're not an aggrieved party in this? You don't want to report your...
No, I'm not injured. I just want to make sure he's okay. If I drove off, who knows what happens to him.
Yeah,
so.
I'll get him taken care of. I was making sure you didn't need anything from me before I deal with this.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Well, that was pretty bizarre to say the least. Walked in there, this guy had peed himself. He was leaning on the HVAC unit. He climbed up onto it to sleep. He actually still had a sock on when I got there. He had removed his boots and one of his socks. He took his other sock off, got up and laid on top of the AC unit and took a nap. Oh, he also took his glasses off and tossed them to the ground. It looked like he had a huge knot right here, like somebody punched him, but he also looked like he'd either punched somebody or punched a wall or something, because his knuckles were bloody. Other than that, he didn't really seem injured. He just kind of acted like a zombie, grunting, moaning, and then after pulling on that door for that room, he came over to my truck and tried to pull all the door handles. That was just bizarre. So if I hadn't called for help, I don't know what would have happened to him. If he would have tried to mess with somebody else and they would have hurt him, or if he would have passed out, hurt himself, or what. But that's just crazy. Why do people drink to that excess? I don't understand it. I totally don't get it. I've never been drunk before. I've never had alcohol before. So I just can't relate at all. But the main theme that keeps coming to my mind when things like this happen, or the guy passed out out in front of that bank that time, The several different people that I've seen fall down drunk in the street, is where are their friends? Why are they by themselves? They've got nobody? That's just crazy. If you go out drinking with people, keep up with each other. So, I mean, it's too cold. It's 35 degrees. It's too cold to be out here like that. And taking your shoes and socks off. Those parking garages are not warm. They're pretty much just as cold as it is outside. It's just crazy. Alright, well, like and subscribe. Please subscribe. We're right about 8,000 subscribers. That's awesome. Next milestone, I guess, would be 10. Obviously 9 would be great, but 10,000. Beyond that, we're going to go for 25,000, 50, and 100. So I think we can make it happen. Appreciate your support. I really do. And we'll see you on the next one. Until then, record everything and be careful out there.